Welcome to our live news. My name is Elizabeth Midfang. Here are the headlines. Okonkwo reacts to Tinubu's claim on sabotage. U.S. threatens visa ban on election riggers. Peter Obi suspends campaign rally over death of Abia PDP governorship candidate. On the foreign scene, Russian Kremlin says U.S. supplied tanks will burn in Ukraine. And in sports news, World Athletics proposes tighter rules for transgender women athletes. And now the news in detail. Spokesperson of the Labour Party Presidential Campaign Council, Kenneth Okonkwo, has slammed the All Progressives Congress presidential candidate Bola Tinubu for accusing President Muhammadu Buhari of plotting to scuttle the forthcoming election. Reports state that Tinubu, during a campaign rally in Ogun State on Wednesday, told supporters that the redesigning of the new Naira notes and fuel scarcity are all attempts to sabotage the election, but he will still win the election. In a post via his social media page, Kenneth Okonkwo said Nigerians can no longer tolerate the disunity in APC, whose candidate is accusing Buhari of bad policies and insincerity of purpose. According to him, Tinubu's assessment shows that Buhari has woefully failed Nigerians and has become a threat to the country's democracy. Reacting to the development, PDP spokesman Debo Ologunagba advised the APC flag bearer to stop lamenting and accusing unnamed persons of trying to sabotage his chances of winning the forthcoming presidential election. Nigeria's former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has reacted to the verdict of the United States to impose a visa ban on Nigerian citizens involved in election rigging. Reports had earlier stated that U.S., in a bid to support democracy and fight corruption in Nigeria, placed a visa ban on several citizens of the country who have been charged with undermining democracy. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken confirmed the development on Wednesday, the 25th of January 2023, stating that the individuals subjected to the visa ban, whose identities he concealed, would not be qualified for U.S. visas. The senior diplomat clarified the possibility that some relatives of individuals denied entry to the U.S. would be subject to a similar restriction. Blinken explained, however, that neither the Nigerian populace nor its government was intended to be harmed by the visa prohibition. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has announced the suspension of his campaign activities in Abia State over the death of Professor Eliezer Uchenna Ikone. Reports state that Ikone, the governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party in Abia for the 2023 election, died on Wednesday morning at the National Hospital, Abuja. In a statement on Wednesday, Obi announced that he has suspended the Labour Party presidential campaign scheduled to hold in Abia on January 31st. The former governor of Anambra State added that the campaign rally will now take place on the 4th of February to allow a week of mourning for the deceased. On the foreign scene, the Russian Kremlin said on Wednesday that any Abrams battle tanks supplied to Ukraine by the United States would burn, dismissing the expected delivery as an expensive folly. U.S. officials told reporters on Tuesday that Washington was poised to send dozens of its M1 Abrams battle tanks to Ukraine, reversing its previous position. The report comes after Germany looked set to send its Leopard 2 tanks to Ukraine after initially resisting the request. Speaking at a daily briefing with reporters, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said that while the Abrams shipments were not confirmed, they would be a waste of money. In sports news, World Athletics on Saturday said it is consulting with member federations on a proposal that would impose more stringent testosterone limits on transgender women athletes competing in women's track and field events. The governing body's proposal stops short of calling for an outright ban on trans athletes and said it arrived at its preferred option after reviewing a number of new and existing scientific studies and observations from the field. World Athletics stressed that no final decision has been made on the matter. And with that, we've come to the end of the news at this hour. Thank you for watching, and once again, my name is Elizabeth Mutfan. Do have a good day.